Hello and welcome to Finland and the second highlight show of this year's Imatra road races from the Jarno Saarinen Circuit. This is what we've enjoyed so far.
The bikes taking their positions ahead of the 10-lap International Road Race Championship Superbike Race 1. And Lucas Maurer, the defending champion, having sat out the Open Superbike race earlier today, is taking his position on row 2. David Datzer in pole alongside Kostamo and Lathi, Hamburg, Geenen and Maurer, as I mentioned. Dunlop on row 3 alongside Valtonen and Grams. Geenen, the Belgian riders, they get away, is the championship leader, but it's tight at the top, plenty of points to play for, and it's Kostamo the wild card. No, it's not. It's number 22 who takes the lead. So Eemeli Lathi takes the lead. We're riding with Maurer looking back at Datzer, but it looked like Kostamo had it, but Lathi taking the first turn. So Lathi from Kostamo. Oh, now then, here goes Kostamo up the inside of Lathi as they come into Kona Pico. Kostamo, who's on the M model BMW, does indeed take the lead. Lucas Maurer in third position from row 2. Oh, and Lathi takes it back from Kostamo. Just lovely, just hearing them holding off the brakes. Just listening to that engine note as they drifted into the turn. Back on the power. But Kostamo and Lathi at it again. Lucas Maurer, as I said, the defending champion, coming into this race 5 points behind Geenen in the standings. David Datzer, who we're riding with now, is the man third in the standings as well. He's only 7 points behind Maurer. It's developing into Geenen, Maurer and Datzer for the championship. But here in Imatra, they have plenty of wild cards like Lathi and Kostamo to think about as well. They'll take valuable points from them. Oh, Kostamo on the brakes. Really nice. So he takes it from Lathi. Again, it's a ding-dong, and he manages to get back on the power. Or does he? Yeah, Kostamo still just got it, but Lathi really menacing in second position. Kostamo on the Pens 13 BMW. Last time around it was Kostamo chasing Lathi, now it's Lathi chasing Kostamo. Dunlop is coming into the picture as well. He's up into 5th place now. So Dunlop is coming to play. Don't look over your shoulders, folks. David Datzer still in 4th position. But Kostamo with Lathi and Maurer. Oh, and he is gaining, Michael Dunlop. He is certainly wanting to get involved in the fun and games, that 4-way fight. It looks like it's going to be a 5-way. Geenen, the Belgian rider, staying with Dunlop as well. And I think it might be Geenen's first time at Imatra as well. Whether he's been, he certainly hasn't been here in the last couple of years. There he is on the BMW. BMWs, and we have a Yamaha. In fact, a couple of Yamahas. Maurer. Oh, as here goes Datzer. No. Yes. No. Yes. Datzer goes through to third. So he goes past the Yamaha of Lucas Maurer. There's the Yamaha of Lathi as well in second place. And David Datzer, well, he needed to get ahead of Maurer in terms of the championship standings. He's done that. And he needs to close that gap down on Geenen as well. The Kostamo From Lathi, Datzer, Maurer, just looking at Dunlop's times. Thought he might have been a bit closer. Kostamo and Lathi, the two Finns, threatening to pull away from Datzer. But Datzer into Ovarko, just closing that gap. We're not even at halfway point yet. Oh, there's Dunlop, I think. So we're with Geenen. Oh, and he does go past Dunlop, but has he gone too far? He has. Geenen's gone. He just overcooked it. When you just saw Dunlop there slowing down, you're thinking, no, Geenen's overcooked this. And that is what happened. Lucas Maurer still in fourth place. The International Road Racing Superbike champion. Here goes Datzer. He's so fast along this straight. Incredibly quick, and it's going to be about brakes. Is he going to do him? So Datzer, having made the same manoeuvre on Maurer, has just done the same to Lathi and goes second. This is a good race for David Datzer. They're on Kostamo's territory, of course. Geenen's done well to catch back up with Dunlop. Dunlop on the Honda. I did mention, as I say, BMWs and Yamahas, and of course Dunlop on that Honda in fifth place. Kostamo pulling away. It's a three-way fight as Datzer scrubs off a little bit of rubber going into the chicane. Well, it is Erno Kostamo territory, this. The king of Imatra. That's still to come tomorrow. Oh, Geenen goes upside Dunlop this time. Dunlop has a look around, make sure no one else is coming. Oh, now then. What's happened to Dunlop? Just as he was looking to get involved in the party out in front, it looks like we might have a retirement for Michael Dunlop. He was here with a bit of a hybrid of a bike 2 years ago. We didn't see the real Michael Dunlop in Imatra. I was hoping to see that this weekend. We certainly did do in qualifying, and he broke the lap record, of course, in the Open Superbike race. But it looks like he'll have to wait until tomorrow now. What a shame for Michael Dunlop. Meanwhile, Kostamo. From Datzer still, Lathi there in third, Maurer, Geenen. Dunlop is still going in sixth place. Marcus Karlsson, the Swede, who's also an IRRC regular, and coming into this race was fourth in the championship standings. Here goes Geenen past Lucas Maurer. Maurer's lost another position, and that's not good for Maurer because Geenen leads him by 5 points in the championship. Oh, Maurer's gone straight on. Maurer has gone straight on. He'll rejoin, but he can't certainly take any advantage from that. That's still in second place. Well, Kostamo's going to... Oh, no, he's not. Lathi's gone through for second. Eemeli Lathi into second place on the Yamaha. But Kostamo, as I said, he's got the M model BMW here. He'll be riding the S model that he rode at the Isle of Man TT. He's back in the Isle of Man next week for the Southern 100. But right now, his focus is very much on what is happening here as he goes across the line. 2 more laps to go for Erno Kostamo. And this battle for second place will not lie down. David Datzer goes through, but can he make it up? No, he can't. It's still a fascinating fight for second place. Lathi, Datzer, Geenen. And Geenen, after that earlier mistake, you thought, well, that's it. But no, he could still find himself on the podium in this one. Lucas Maurer trying to regain some ground. Looks like Michael Dunlop is just getting some more miles around this track. We've got another day of racing tomorrow to come, of course. And traffic in the way. So that was Rene Nick V, 21, the Slovakian. Oh, and a mistake by the Belgian. Oh, and that's unfortunately, well, perhaps the Slovakian rider on the Aprilia just maybe playing a bigger part than he should have been there. Well, Erno Kostamo, it's going to take something very special to beat him this weekend. What a popular, you can hear the applause from the locals for Kostamo. So this is the moment with Datzer as they come in. Yeah, just the slower rider, just getting in the way. No, blue flags are out for the slower riders to let them know the quicker guys are coming through. The quickest guy of all, though, is Erno Kostamo. Maurer is ahead of Geenen. Geenen just looking to try and find a way past the championship battle, and oh, Maurer's gone wide and drifted. Geenen says thank you very much and will cross the line. Kostamo's going to win it, of course. There he goes, takes the checkered flag. Lathi will be second, Datzer in third, Geenen in fourth. This is how they finish. Michael Dunlop in sixth position behind Maurer, Geenen in fourth, Datzer third, Lathi second, Kostamo the race winner.
Stay tuned for more road racing from Imatra. Welcome back to the Jarno Saarinen Circuit at Imatra in Finland, with more racing to come. There are valuable championship points at stake for this International Road Racing Championship second Supersport race of the weekend here in Imatra. Adam McLean took all 25 yesterday. He's in pole position and ready to do it again. Lehtiranta and Nyman alongside him on row number 1. Geenen, Johnson and Tanskanen on row 2. Kalju, Klistovoyen and Poncini on row 3. No Sebastian Froscher, he's a non-starter. So McLean and Lehtiranta about to let loose again. Gary Johnson goes wide, trying to get the inside line. We're riding with Niko Lehtiranta as they come down into this first turn, but it is going to be McLean who takes the whole shot. So McLean over the railway line, with Lehtiranta in second place. Johnson back in fifth. There's the Frenchman just behind him, but we're riding with a man in second position, Lehtiranta. In and on to the back straight. There you go. McLean, Lehtiranta, Geenen. Well, Johnson is making his way into fourth place, perhaps. It looks, no, he hasn't. He's not managed to find his way past bike 69. So Peter Nyman on the Yamaha. But we're back on the Yamaha of Lehtiranta, as I said in yesterday's racing. It really is pretty much an R6 Cup. However, you've got Geenen on the Triumph, Johnson on the Suzuki. Klistovoyen also on the Triumph as well. Adam McLean looking to make it, and it will be 4 wins in a row in the IRRC Championship. And that's despite, he's second in the overall standings, and that is despite not taking part in the first round, in which Geenen scored maximum points. Lehtiranta trying to take the fight to McLean again, he's still with him. And those two threatening to break away from Geenen. Geenen, who won the opening 2 rounds, or the opening 2 races in the opening round, I should say, and then was second on both occasions in the previous round at Schleiz. to Adam McLean. Down along this super fast back straight. Lehtiranta not close enough to make a move on McLean just yet. Early days, of course, in this race. Geenen, the Czech Republic rider, in third. And it's those three that are breaking away, really, from the rest of the pack. Geenen doing well to stay with Lehtiranta and McLean. He just needs to get a little bit closer. Gary Johnson still holding 5th position. McLean on the Yamaha from Lehtiranta, also on Yamaha. Just looking to see the likes of Ilya Kallio as well, Petter Nyman. Nyman had a strong points result yesterday. I think he'd like a stronger ride, of course. So here they come. McLean's name will be next to P1 again on this leaderboard. Lehtiranta's having a pop, not close enough. McLean still holds on to first place. Lehtiranta needs to have a little bit more straight line speed just to be able to get close enough to perhaps make a move on the brakes. Geenen, really savvy rider as well. I know I said it yesterday, but Adam McLean, great to see him back to his best, showing us what he showed before his injuries. But Lehtiranta is gaining speed on McLean, and I think Lehtiranta might just make McLean here. Indeed he has. He certainly was close enough as they went onto the straight. Just lets off a little bit later than McLean perhaps on the brakes into the left-hand turn. So out they come again, back onto the main road. However, having passed McLean, Lehtiranta's next job is to pull away from him. Easier said than done. McLean, well, we saw how fast he was yesterday. He just needs to make sure he has good exit speed as they come out of here, out of Mitra. And then we'll see what he's got again. So here goes McLean on the Yamaha. Is he gaining? He certainly seems to be closing in. And it's exactly what we saw yesterday from Adam McLean. McLean goes through. Can he slow down in time for the turn? Indeed he does. But interesting to see, it's pretty much, he gets Lehtiranta at the start, at the finish line, I should say. So should it be like that at the end of the race, it could be all to play for. It might just be, if Lehtiranta can get ahead of McLean again. See there, that little indentation in the road, just kicking McLean there. Here they come again. Lehtiranta is up the inside of McLean once more. But McLean, I don't think he's too fussed really. He's quite happy to let Lehtiranta do that, because he knows he's got the straight line speed on him out of Mitra. He just has to make sure he stays with him out of McLean. Lehtiranta has to break McLean. That's the only way, well, not the only way, but that's got to be his best hope. Geeen's still there in a strong third place, of course. Ready to pick up the pieces, should one of them run wide in this duel, although McLean is just, he's savvy, he's just playing fox. He's just waiting his turn, waiting to pounce. You can see Lehtiranta using a lot more of the road than McLean. McLean more direct, but here they go. And you'll see McLean will do him again here. He's closer this time around than he was on the previous lap. But here goes Adam McLean again. Just look for the finish line there. So if that was the checkered flag, McLean would have just made it. So Lehtiranta's got to come up with something. He's got to hope that McLean makes a mistake, or he can just find something, maybe take a little risk, perhaps something where he can just power ahead of McLean if he does again get past him at the end of the back straight on the brakes. It is cat and mouse, isn't it? But which one's the cat and which one's the mouse? So here we go again. And Lehtiranta. Are we seeing a replay of the last lap? No, we're not, because this time he goes around the outside again. Adam McLean just happy to let him go. McLean knows he's got the better of him on the straight. It is a risky thing to do, of course, because also, perhaps, just perhaps, slower traffic may get involved. And that is certainly something worth considering as well. We've already seen it this weekend. We've seen, fortunately, one or two of the slower riders kind of having an influence on the race results. And that's Peter Nyman. The retirement, 16 points yesterday, but no points today. Oh, and there goes McLean again. You just saw it this time. The thing is as well, what actually worth considering, I'm pretty certain that Lehtiranta isn't registered for championship points. The Lehtiranta is riding for the win, and he's got past McLean. He's tried something different this time. He's got past McLean earlier, however, and that will mean that McLean will attack on the back straight. Well, he had to come up with something if he was going to win this race, Lehtiranta. McLean doesn't really, in terms of the championship, need to get past Lehtiranta. He'll get, I'm convinced Lehtiranta's not registered for championship points. So McLean should get 25 points, even if he's second, but here he goes. No, he's not tempted, he's going to wait. He's going to let Lehtiranta go. But Geenen, just doing some quick maths, will get 20 points for third place, even though it's second in terms of the championship. So that means there'll be 23 points between McLean and Geenen at the halfway stage of the season. It only takes McLean to win one and Geenen to not finish one more race. McLean will take over the lead. That's all ifs and buts. Here we go. Lehtiranta against McLean. Can McLean do him right at the end? Well, he's in the perfect position to do it. It is all set up for a grandstand finish. Geenen will take third place as long as no one does anything stupid in these final couple of turns. They're coming out into Mitra now. So this is it. McLean, will he take the checkered flag? Has Lehtiranta got it? The Finnish rider, here comes McLean. He needs to start gaining now. Here they go, folks. The checkered flag is waiting. It might just be Lehtiranta. It is Lehtiranta who's done it. McLean takes second position. Victory for Lehtiranta. So that's how it finishes then. 0.08 of a second the difference. McLean just pipped to the post, but he does take the full 25 points. Geenen in third. Coming up, more road racing from Imatra. Hello again from Imatra in Finland and the Jarno Saarinen Circuit. We're about to go racing once again. We have had some cracking Supersport battles this weekend, but unfortunately, well, we may still get a fantastic race, but it won't have some of the usual names in there. Nyman, McLean, Geenen, Johnson, Kalju, they've decided they're not going to take part in this race. So you've got a grid there, most of them are not on it. So away they go, Lehtiranta from Tanskanen. And it's a shame that we don't have a full complement of riders, but it will be Lehtiranta who starts this as red hot favourite. You can see the wet patches all around. I'm saying the conditions just Well, they've been iffy all day, really. So Lehtiranta, already a race winner. You'd have to say Tanskanen's the only one, really, that might get close to him. I don't want to kind of put the likes of Poncini down, but already you can see they're failing or struggling to stay with the pace of the front two. Tanskanen just maybe coming in a little bit too closer to Lehtiranta than he wanted to. You can see the try line there, but just it's too wet. A lot of there's a lot of wet parts, and you can still see little puddles here and there. Not exactly standing water as Tanskanen takes the battle to Lehtiranta. And no championship points on offer in this race, of course. Oh yeah, just especially around here, still a bit too sketchy. You can understand why many have decided not to come out and take part in this one. What a shame, because we've had some great racing all weekend, especially in the Supersport class, from the likes of Lehtiranta and McLean. Sun is out at the moment, though. Last year was just pretty wet all the way through as Tanskanen powers down past Lehtiranta. Well, we could have a very good race on our hands. We're back with Lehtiranta as he hits the brakes just a little bit later than Tanskanen. As I was saying earlier, and you can see the heat haze. It's certainly 2 years ago when we were here in Finland, it was in the 30s, the temperature. It was like being in Asia. Having been in Asia at road race meetings, I can tell you, take it from me, it certainly was. And the mosquitoes as well. But last year, fortunately, was mainly wet, a lot wetter than it has been today. As Lehtiranta lets Tanskanen go through. See, there's certainly off track, some big puddles. And these two pulling away from everybody else. So, it'd be nice if the director maybe went back and had a look at some of the other battles going further on down the field. However, you can understand with Tanskanen and Lehtiranta so close together to say as soon as he cut away, something could happen. At the moment, Tanskanen leading from Lehtiranta, and we saw the power that Tanskanen had along the main straight. But Lehtiranta winding on the power now and looking to pull out. And we're with Lehtiranta going past Tanskanen any moment now, or maybe not. Or in fact, they're side by side as they come across the line. Oh, and it's just by a strip of rubber on that tyre that Tanskanen led. However, Lehtiranta gets him, goes over the railway line. A railway line that goes into Russia, closed at the moment, of course. The Russian border about 4 miles away from here. Well, fair play to Tanskanen. He stayed with Lehtiranta all the way through. Poncini still holding a distant third place, but Lehtiranta from Tanskanen, the two Nikos. What's Tanskanen got? It would have to be, you would think, oh, just as he find another damp patch on the track, you'd have to think that Tanskanen's best hope is to power his way past Lehtiranta as they race towards the checkered flag. So he's just got to make sure he stays with him and get good drive out of Mitra. Go into Ovarko. Over the bridge they go. They had to build that bridge up since the inclusion as there is Poncini in third place. I was just saying, when they made the trains double-decker, they had to raise the bridge to let the trains go through. So that's one of the adjustments they've made to the old Imatra track. But here we go. Will it be Lehtiranta? I think it will be, unless Tanskanen can come up with something now. I think he needs to be closer than he is. He's certainly having a go, but Lehtiranta will take the checkered flag and win here yet again in Imatra. And here comes Poncini. The Italian will take third position. It was a battle all the way till the end. So Uski in fourth behind Poncini, Tanskanen in second, but Niko Lehtiranta wins again in Imatra.
It's not all superbikes, supersport and sidecars at Imatra. They also like a little bit of two-stroke racing as well. And that comes courtesy of the retro superbikes and the GP 250 classes. Always subscribed heavily in Imatra, and plenty of action too. Lots of close racing, and the odd thrill and spill as well. And he walked away. At the end of it all, it was a win for number 28, Ari Petteri Kuvalainen. Juha Pesonen and Sami Semester also in there. Chris Meyer and Richard Piers-Jones making up the top 5. Stay tuned for more racing from Imatra. Welcome back to the Jarno Saarinen Circuit in Imatra, as we're about to go racing yet again on this fantastic track.
It's the International Road Racing Championship second Superbike race. And it's the same grid lineup for this as we had for the earlier race here today that went the way of Erno Kostamo. Michael Dunlop on row 3. And of course we have Geenen, Maurer and Datzer all fighting for championship positions. The track's still wet. Certainly not as bad as it was last year as they go down into the first turn, and it is all very tender. Kostamo just ahead of Datzer, but I think Lathi has got the lead. He has. Eemeli Lathi leads. Maurer going up into third place past Datzer. Geenen is there. There's Dunlop. Just ahead of Didier Graham, the German rider on bike 26. Still got the king of Imatra, the big one still to come. You can see it's still plenty wet out there. We saw from Erno Kostamo in the wet last year. Peter Hickman tried to stay with him. He did for about half the race, and in the end he just couldn't stay in those conditions. But these are better this time around. Still not ideal, of course. Let's think of a Dunlop. Oh, he's been passed by Grams. But Lathi still dictating the pace out in front. Erno Kostamo in second position, but for how long? So Lathi from Kostamo. Kostamo looking very lively as they come out into Ovarco. So Maurer in third place. Oh, contact! That looked like Lathi and Kostamo came together. My goodness. I'd like to see that again, but Lathi from Maurer. Kostamo does superb to recover and still in the fight. Let's see that again. This is from on board Kostamo. They come out and Lathi just comes into him. We can see this again in slow motion. Oh, they do both do so well, and Maurer does as well, really. Maurer just manages to avoid the pair of them. Wow. So Lathi and Maurer side by side as they go across the line. Very, very close. Will it be Maurer? Will it be Lathi? It's going to be Lathi who turns in first. Kostamo is still there in third place. Datzer back in fourth, and Kostamo wants to get past Maurer and get back towards Lathi. That's a brave move through there, a good one as well. So Lathi from Kostamo. They are very laid back, the Finns, so I don't think he'll be seething too much. Erno Kostamo. Higher choice, of course, being interesting. We can see all the dry patches on the road as Kostamo goes for it past Lathi. The Kostamo from Lathi. Maurer, who really needs a good result. And as long as he can stay ahead of Geenen and Datzer, then it will be a good result. What he needs, an even better result, is to get ahead of the two Finns in front of him and take maximum points if he can. He came into this round, Lucas Maurer, the Swiss rider, as the Superbike Championship leader. He lost that lead after yesterday's race, picking up just 16 points. Kostamo trying to pull away, and Maurer taking the fight again to Lathi. A little bit of movement in the rear wheel. You can see some parts of the track are dry or drying. Other parts are still quite wet. Those bits under the trees, of course. But out of Mitra. Looking back from Eemeli Lathi. Little bit of movement. Trying to keep it in a straight line, and here goes Maurer. Oh, I think he's passed him. It's all about the brakes. Maurer and Lathi side by side, and Maurer's going to have to tuck in behind Lathi as Kostamo turns it in time and already pulling away. He's had enough of dicing with other riders. He wants to ride his own race, and he's doing just that. Eemeli Lathi still in second place. Been a great weekend by the Finn. He's been so strong in the Superbike classes. And it's a good one. This is much better from Lucas Maurer this time around. He was complaining yesterday of some chassis problems with his bike, but it looks like they have them sorted. This race having been restarted, and a good decision it seems, because earlier today when it really was wet, it's better to wait. However, I think most riders will tell you they prefer either wet or dry track, not something that's half and half, and we have something that really is half and half at the moment. But no standing water, that's the problem, standing water. This is out of Varco and then up over the bridge. Meanwhile, he's already passed the bridge, Erno Kostamo. And that battle still rages on behind. Well, despite the conditions not being as good as they were yesterday, those Finnish fans, in fact fans from all over, visiting Imatra this year, many for the first time, having seen it on TV and enjoying themselves not just the wonderful racing here as Lucas Maurer starts to threaten again, but the wonderful scenery in the town of Imatra, which is close by. And here goes Maurer again on Lathi, and it looks like maybe the Finnish cameraman staying with the local hero Erno Kostamo, as further back Lucas Maurer does indeed go past Lathi for second place. So this is a much better race, as I say. That chassis issue for Maurer, they've sorted it. But Datzer just not on the pace in these conditions, the German rider. So just off to the left there, that's where the old track used to run the Grand Prix circuit. So 20 points on the table for Lucas Maurer, which he needs really, especially with Datzer trailing so far behind, and Geenen also not in the picture as Lathi now threatens to take second place. He's not content with third. There's no championship points at stake for the Finn. He goes past. So Lathi goes through. He'll take some catching though, this man, Erno Kostamo. And there is the gap. But it's still there, that gap between Lathi and Maurer, back up to Kostamo. Erno Kostamo, odds-on favourite to defend his King of Imatra title as well. We've still got that one to come later on today. Again, you can see the dry patches on the track. Depending on what type of tyre they've chosen. And unfortunately, I'm not in a position to have that knowledge to hand, who's gone for wets, who's gone for intermediates. Certainly Kostamo, it's on his preferred BMW. He has this M model. He'll be leaving here tomorrow to head for the Isle of Man to take part in the Southern 100 road races there. He's making his debut there. And he has the older S model at his disposal there. So Lathi in second place. Looks like Lucas Maurer has just settled for third then. I think he's decided, oh, you can have it. I just wonder whether Maurer's getting boards telling him what's happening with Geenen and with Datzer. Well, this is very familiar, isn't it, to last year? Erno Kostamo pulling away, no matter what the conditions here at Imatra. Made his Isle of Man TT debut last year as well. He's not doing the full IRRC season. I know he's certainly planning on doing the final round at Froberg, and perhaps one more before then as well. But he had some great results at the Northwest 200 in Northern Ireland this year, as well as Datzer goes straight on. And there's another rider parked up as well. But Datzer, a race to forget for the German. He's lost a few points in this one. Erno Kostamo, again, the cool customer, that is Erno Kostamo, seemingly on his way. Here he is, checkered flag, he takes it again. Erno Kostamo takes the win in Imatra. Lathi should be in second position, all being well. Lucas Maurer should take third. Who can beat this man around this track? Nobody, it seems. And that's despite that little issue that he had with Lathi on the opening lap. This is how they finish. Maurer in strong third place, Geenen in fifth, Datzer down in ninth. That's not good for him. Lathi second, but Kostamo the winner again. And in the King of the Roads, Glenn Irwin leads the way. Kostamo now is in second place ahead of Dom Herbertson, with Davy Tonlop in fourth and Michael Dunlop in fifth.
Unfortunately, poor weather brings this year's event to a premature end, so we've no King of Imatra race. However, it must be said we've enjoyed some cracking action. So from myself, Dave Moore, it's goodbye for now.